In the figure, there's a small triangle and a big triangle, and we have some given information that we should transfer. MQ is 2.67. MQ is a side in the small triangle. I'll use blue for the small. So down here we have 6.27, and it's not the whole thing, it's just from M to Q. Then from Q to U is 5.7. QU, well, that's clear, there's only one side over there, that's 5.7. And then UM is 4.56. UM is for the small triangle, so we'll put that in blue, 4.56. And it's not the whole thing, it's just from U to M, which is right there. Then IM is 8.664. IM is the entire bottom of this. That's the side in the big triangle. So I'm going to switch to red and then say from I all the way to M, like this, is 8.664. Then we see angle MQU. Okay, so let's figure out which that is. Start at M, go to Q, then go to U. So MQU, that's this angle right here. That angle is congruent to angle MEI. Start at M, go up to E, then go to I. That's this angle right here. So those angles are the same as each other because we're told that they're congruent. And then there's another angle we can mark in here because the big triangle has angle M, the little triangle has angle M, and angle M is the same as itself. So let's put two arcs on that. So we've got a single angle and a single angle mark, then a double and a double, and then a blank and a blank. That's how we'll match the letters. I'll go single with single. The first letter in the small is Q. The first letter in the big is E. Then I'll go double with double. The small and the big both have M as their double, so that comes next. And then I'll go blank with blank. Small triangle is U, big triangle is I. Now we've got a sketch pad, and we are being shouted at to redraw both triangles facing the same way. This one is really important to redraw because the big triangle and the small triangle are not facing the same way in the original figure. They're like flipped and turned, and the single arc is over here, but then the single arc is up there. Let's just draw them side by side to make this clearer. I'm going to draw the small one first, like this, like this, like this. Then I will draw the big one next to it, facing the exact same way. I'm going to mark the angles next. Not the names of the angles. I'm going to put angle marks. I'm going to put a single and a single in the same place. Then I'm going to put a double and a double in the exact same place, because the whole purpose of this drawing is to have the matching parts in the same places so that it's easy to say this side goes with that side and this side goes with that side and the bottom goes with the bottom, because we purposely drew the picture that way. Then blank goes with blank. Now let's put letters. Small triangle, single arc. What letter is that? Let's see, single arc is Q. So over here we put Q. Double, double in the small is M. And then the blank one in the small is U. Then when we go to the big triangle, the single is E. So let's put that. E on the single, M on the double, and then I on the blank one. Now let's put some numbers. From I to M, blank to double is 8.664. Blank to double is 8.664. And then the big triangle has no more side information that we know about. This one is blank, this one is blank, because in the original figure, this whole thing is blank, and this whole thing is blank. Now there is a number here. It goes from the blank arc to the double arc. It's 4.56. So when we go from the blank arc to the double arc, we should put 4.56. When we go from the double to the single, let's see, double to single, that's 6.27. And then from the blank one to the single, that's 5.7. So here we put a 5.7. Now, what we're going to do in this problem is find the measure of EI. We'll call that X. So let's go to EI. And EI is here. We'll call that X. ME, that's this one, ME, we'll call that Y. And then we will set up proportions using our beautiful figure here, which is drawn in a way to make it easy to set up proportions. The first one, we're going to use X for EI. So I start with X. It's this side on the right. It's from the big triangle. I find the matching side from the small. Well, I purposely drew this picture to show me that the matching side is in the same place. The X goes with 5.7. That is equal to, X is from the big triangle. I need to start with the big triangle. There's only one number I know from the big triangle. It's 8.664. What does that match with? Well, I just look at my handy picture here and I see on the bottom is 4.56. Good. X is being divided by something. Let's do the opposite. We're going to multiply by whatever that number is, 5.7. We do it to both sides. X is now not being divided by 5.7 anymore. It's all alone. We have 1x, which is equal to whatever was on the right side. Take it and also multiply that by 5.7. That will give you something. Copy it, paste it here, let Desmos calculate for you. That is 10.83. So X is 10.83. I'm going to put it here, 10.83, and I'm also going to go put it in the original figure. That's from I to E, 10.83. From I to E, I need to put an arc or like a, one of these like scribbly symbols to show that it's from here all the way to here. There's just one side here, so I'll just put 10.83, and then I'll go figure out what Y is. Y over something. What does Y go with? Because over here we want to use Y for ME. So we're going to take Y and put it with 6.27. Because they're drawn in the same place, we know they're the matching sides, set up a ratio between them. Y over 6.27. Y over 6.27. That was big triangle over small triangle. The next ratio needs to be big triangle over small triangle. I could use these new numbers, or I could use what I used before. I'll do that. 8.664 over, that matches with this one, 4.56. 4.56. I want Y to be alone. It's being divided. I'll do the opposite and multiply by 6.27. Y is all by itself. If we multiplied the left side by 6.27, we have to multiply the right side by 6.27. Now we know what Y is. It's the result of this stuff. Put it here and have the calculator tell you it's 11.913. Okay, this is 11.913. And that is from M to E. So from M all the way to E, that I need to indicate. From M all the way to E is 11.913. And now I have everything labeled in here, so I can go answer these last questions. Find the measure of segment QI. Q to I is right here in, we'll show it in green. From Q to I is this little piece that's left over. When you take the whole thing, 8.664, and this whole red part from M to I, and remove MQ. Take that away and you'll have the green part. So take away 6.27. Is that right? Yes, that's it. We got QI. Now how about UE? UE is here. UE looks like this. It's this green part. It's a piece of the entire ME side. ME is 11.913. That's the whole thing. I want to take away this blue part so I know what the green part is. The blue part is 4.56. So I'm going to take away 4.56. That's it. We figured it all out. Do a little happy dance.